Evening, gentlemen. Welcome. We are going to unbox a gift that came in the mail from the Bosch Tool Corporation. A little bit of backstory before we get to it, right? And then we'll do exactly that, is unbox it. So the Bosch Tool Corporation, they went out to their customer base and they said, hey, we're going to give away 2,000 of their new Core 18 technology drill drivers. And I thought to myself, 2,000, while somebody has added too many zeros to that number, nobody would ever do. I mean, what's a production run, right? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, maybe it's 10,000, but 2,000 would be a gigantic chunk of that. So that was sort of the first curiosity that I had about the whole thing. And being a video creator, I got my interest. So what you needed to do was produce a 30-second video in which you described why you needed one of their new platforms. And I thought about that for a little bit, and I thought, I'd never win. I'm going to put a couple hours into this, and editing and all that. I don't really want to do that. So I thought about it for 3 weeks. Like 3 days before the event, I say, yeah, I'm going to probably go ahead and do it. And I did actually on my lunch hour. Actually shot the video. I wanted a concept. I wanted something that's a little different than I need a new drill. Something like that. So. The other oddity that I found, and maybe they're new to doing this, I don't really know, but if you went to their website and you clicked on, I mean, it was front and center, right, this contest, and they called it the Freak. And you clicked on this thing and it was a dead link. I mean, this is right off the home page of the Bosch Tool Company, right? I mean, it was just like unbelievable. And then if you moved around on their website and you found other links to it, they were dead, right? So finally I reach out to, like their help center, and I say, how do I do this? And the guy sends me a link. So I actually get to it. I produce the video, and it only takes one format. I'm like, okay, maybe they're new to this, right? This is really starting to piss me off, so I have to redo my video, redo the codec, right, and do the compression and all this stuff. So I do that. My whole premise for the video was that I wanted to replace this, which I got for $100 about 10 or 12 years ago. I don't know. This is a Hitachi drill driver. I love this thing, right? This thing is 18 volt. She's not the prettiest girl at the dance, I will tell you that. I mean, it's gold and it looks like Mr. Spock's ray gun, right? I hate all that, I'm going to make my tool into a Nike thing. Can't stand that stuff. But that being said, I got the drill, I got, 2 batteries, I got a charger that is just like a mystery as to how the thing, you got to look at the key to figure out what the blinking lights actually mean, like charged or damaged battery, whatever. Anyway, I love it, but it is old, and the only thing that really is wrong with it now is that it doesn't really hold a drill bit very well. It doesn't get tight, right? Sometimes it'll spin out, but it'll drive all day long. I mean, it's a great tool, right? But anyway, so I use that as my premise that I need this replaced, and Mr. Bosch, will you help me out? I'm going to link that video in the description below so you can take a look at it. It's 50 seconds. 50 seconds. 30 seconds was the contest rules. I couldn't do anything in 30 seconds. I did 50. Check it out. Take a look. I tried to add a little humor, get creative with it, and evidently it worked. So let's unbox. So I should say that as a person on this planet that I don't win anything. I don't win anything because I don't ever enter anything, and I don't enter anything because I never win, right? So this is kind of a first for me, and I didn't spend a dime on this thing, but it's humongous. I could not figure out through all my travels on this website exactly what they were going to send me. Is it the drill driver, no battery? Is it have a battery and a charger? Does it come in a case? Do I get 2 batteries? I don't know, right? This stuff was never specified. If it was specified, I never found it, and I shouldn't have to go hunt for that. ADD kicks in, and I still want to go do all that, right? So take a big old risk and just like, I'll try, and maybe I'll win the lottery here. So I grabbed this off the porch, and I'm like, oh my God, right? Look at this thing, right? But listen, right? It doesn't take rocket scientists to know you got to put packing in a box like this, right? They must have a lot more faith in our shippers than I do. Should have put some packing in there. Granted, it was free, but come on, right? I mean, I would like it in one piece. I would like it working, by the way. So let's open it up and see what's in it. It's got a lithium battery. They got stickers about that all over the place. So let's see what happens. Wow, that's a big box for a not very big box. Right, I really love Bosch tools. I have one. I have a very expensive Bosch tool. I have a demolition hammer. I feature that in other videos and kind of showed that off and how I used it, like when I dug a tunnel underneath my house with it. Yeah, you can check it out, right? That's what I used, was a Bosch tool, and I love that thing. So this is cool. All right, so this is kind of the thing that they, you know, you're a freaking winner, awesome, right? So you saw a lot of this drawing, but you really actually saw what was you were going to get, right? I mean, I'm not going to get a tool that has all these things sticking out of it. It's not going to happen. Right? So, all right, cool. I like that. At least this box is, it says original Bosch on it. Let's crack this bad boy open. You guys see this? Ooh, okay, well, you know, nice, right? Alright, so you got some, look at the packaging, that's pretty cool. You got some literature, a lot of it, right? It's probably in like 10 different languages. These people sell stuff all over the world, so there's that. That's empty. This looks like a belt clip, maybe, something like this. We've got a whopper of a charger. Alright, like that. You know, I should say too, and this is not a complaint, is that tools that I buy that come in a case is a huge selling point for me. I love a tool that comes in a case, so that, for the obvious reasons, right, you can carry all this around. What's the first thing I'm going to have to do here? Buy another battery, right, or two, right? Just got to have it. I mean, you never know when these things are going to die. Alright, so clearly this is the battery. Got some heft to it, I'll tell you. Big time. Alright, so I would say that this is not the slim version. They sell a slimmer version, and I don't know if it like doesn't last as long or something or what, but that's definitely like the beefy version. And then you've got this. Now that's a cute little toy, right? That's cute, right? Alright, so it drills square drive on it. So its claim to fame is that it drives the hell out of a socket, right? Kind of looking forward to that. Of course, my old rig, it doesn't do that unless I use some kind of an attachment in order to get it to work. So let's just kind of slide around here and see what happens. Get the full effect going, right? Nice, right? So this is very, very nice. I like this a lot. They use this rubber on their tools, and I love this rubber. I actually talked about that in the Demolition Hammer video when I went over that, at least in one of the videos I did. Very, very cool. Love that stuff. It's kind of like a sticky, you know, kind of a sticky action going to it. So now what I have to do, all right, so what is this? This is a Core 18 volt, 6.3 Ah. I see a couple of lights here. That looks cool. So if I pull the trigger, I don't see any light, and I think that's because you have the option somewhere on this thing to turn it off. Well, you know, cool. All right, so it's worth it. It came in one piece, even though it was bouncing around in that big box. If you know something about this thing, you love it, you hate it, great. Put it in the comments, right? And probably what I'll do later on is after I use this thing a little bit, we'll just kind of see how she goes. I'm dying to stick a impact socket on this because I always use air, right? I always use air tools. So this is going to be very, very interesting, and possibly even like torque it, right? And then take it off with a torque wrench so I can figure out what pounds are we going to, or inch pounds or foot pounds. So we'll see. But very, very cool. There's also an indicator light here. Oh, cool. Right, so the other drill doesn't have this, so this tells you what your battery level is. Since none of the lights are lit up, I'm going to hazard a guess that it has no charge on it whatsoever, just enough to turn this a couple of times. And then you can watch that. The other one, it goes and goes and goes, and then boom, it stops. That's it, right? You got to go get another battery. So very cool. All right, so we'll see what you do. You know, thanks, Mr. Bosch. Give me a like, subscribe. See ya. Alright, so I shut the camera off and I plugged the charger in, and the darndest thing happened, right? You hear that? So that would be a fan running in there. So, right, so if you're like in an apartment and you don't have very many options for plugging this thing in, this is going to keep you up at night, right? So at least it would me, right? I need it like quiet, you know, lights off, you know, no glow in the distance or something like that. That was interesting. I had the radio going. I was like, what the heck is that? I was like, there's a fan running in that charger. Bye.